Hello and welcome to All Geeks Aside. I want to get all of this episode out as quickly as possible. I'm not going to wait a whole week to do a multi-part episode. If I can record it all in one day, I will. If I can't, I won't. But I will try and get it out to you within a number of days. From here on out, I would like to record on Sundays and release my content on either Sunday afternoon, Monday morning. Now, if you guys, anyone who's listening, has any requests for any character you want to hear, I don't care where it's from. If I don't know who it is, I will do as much research as I can, and I will give you what I consider to be a good representation of the character. I like to do research. I am quite knowledgeable on most characters, but there's some that you guys might like to hear, like for instance, Archer. Everyone loves Archer. If you have any requests, just come over to social media. I'm at All Geeks Aside on both Facebook and Instagram. Give me a follow, give me a like, interact with me. I will try and talk to you guys. I'm not sure how many people are going to even listen to this show, but the people that have listened to it have enjoyed it, as far as I know. And for other people to find my show, could you please go on iTunes and leave a review? If you don't know how to do that, just search the podcast, and within there you can leave a review. It helps other people find the show, like you, who are listening to me right now. Maybe they might like it. I don't know. And I also want to thank my buddy Andy, who designed the logo for me. He's over at Old Planet Media. If you have any need for a logo design, social media, anything, he will help you out. Now, let's get on with the show, and I hope you enjoy the second part of Goku. Thanks, guys. Now that Goku has finally won the martial arts tournament, he can finally live his life and wed his love Chi-Chi, even though Goku thought that marriage was actually a type of food. He then, somehow, proceeded to have a son who he named Gohan after his grandfather. But for how long will this peace last? What's next for our friend Gohan and Goku? What's next is that Goku leads a normal life for the next few years until one day, while visiting Master Roshi with his friends and finally introducing him to his son Gohan, well, they're just sitting there and they see a flash of energy. And the rest of the gang all pick up on it eventually, but Goku and Piccolo are the first to spot it. Goku rushes out as usual to investigate the source of this power because Goku wants to fight the strongest and be the best. Upon arrival, Goku is met with a formidable-looking stranger who bears an odd resemblance to Goku. He reveals that his name is Raditz, and that he is Goku's older brother. And he then tells Goku of his Saiyan blood and his true name, which is Kakarot, which oddly enough means carrot. He tells him of his original mission to eradicate all the humans on the earth so that they could sell it to the highest bidder. But obviously Goku forgot all this when he had the accident of the baby with his grandpa Gohan. Raditz then kicks Goku in the stomach and takes Gohan captive. Raditz gives Goku one ultimatum. He has to kill 100 humans, put them on a beach within 24 hours, or he's going to kill Gohan. Goku goes in search of his brother and tells him to release Gohan. Now Piccolo had been listening and hiding in the shadows because they are now working together. Piccolo just decided to come over to the good side and not be a giant douche anymore. Raditz obviously refuses this because he is a bloodthirsty Saiyan and he wants to destroy the earth and give it to his master. Piccolo now stands with Gohan and they remove their weighted training clothes, which is kind of a silly way of walking around, but they take them off and they hit the ground with a thud. They're really, really heavy. I'm not sure exactly how heavy they are. But they are no match for Raditz. He's obviously too strong. He's trained with the strongest in the universe. Now Gohan has a secret that Goku has seen in the past. Gohan can, in time of need, release immense amounts of power, and the first time Goku saw it, he was falling towards a tree, and as he went to hit the tree, he decimated it. It was completely destroyed. Now Gohan is in one of those dire needs of strength and releases his power against Raditz and hits him. Kind of like when Goku killed King Piccolo the first time. Now, this gives Piccolo and Goku the upper hand in the fight, who were obviously no match for this full-blooded Saiyan. And Goku grasps onto him and holds him tight while Piccolo hits him with his special beam cannon. But now Goku is in the way of the beam cannon and sacrifices himself as well as Raditz. As Raditz is laying there, he tells Goku that I'm just the scouting mission. There is more coming. 2 more Saiyans, to be exact. Stronger than he was. And Raditz dies, and Goku dies. Kami takes Goku, who is the guardian of the Earth. He takes Goku to Otherworld, where all the warriors get to go and live out the rest of their eternity in peace and heaven. When Goku gets there, there's a giant red man with a giant black beard and a Viking helmet on. Kind of a very odd thing to be seeing in Otherworld, but Vikings, Valhalla, something similar. Now, he tells Goku that if he goes to the end of Snake Way, that he might be able to train with King Kai, who is at the very, very end. But it's a long way away. So Goku says, okay, and happily marches off Snake Way in search of King Kai, who will train him some more. Now, I'm not going to get into any of this because there's a lot of filler, a lot of junk. None of it means anything. Not until the end. So Goku eventually gets to King Kai's planet. He has to jump from Snake Way to King Kai's planet, which takes him a couple of tries because it's kind of high up and Goku can't yet fly. So he eventually gets onto King Kai's planet, and there he is met with a monkey. And Goku mistakenly thinks that this monkey is King Kai. Starts speaking to him and starts mimicking him. Kind of monkey see, monkey do, since Goku had a tail. But eventually, King Kai reveals himself after him giggling in the background, watching this, seeing what's happening. Now, King Kai is a small, stout gentleman, glasses and long antennae. And Goku, again, by King Kai, is told, I want to train with you, but you have to do 3 tasks first. This first task is, you have to make me laugh, says King Kai. And Goku's thinking long and hard. His first joke doesn't do so well. Second joke, on the other hand, makes him joke. And the joke was, what's the difference between a jeweler and a jailer? One sells watches, the other watches sells. Now, King Kai bursts out laughing. He can't control himself anymore. And he says, okay, I'll train you. King Kai then gives him the second task. His second task is to catch bubbles. And Goku's like, this is going to be too easy. So he tries to catch him. But what King Kai didn't tell him was that because his planet is so small, you can walk around it in mere minutes. The gravity is 100 times that of Earth. So he tries, and eventually he does catch him after he gets acclimated. His third and final task is to hit the grasshopper Gregory over the head with a very heavy mallet. Eventually, again, Goku completes his task, but he's like, why did you get me to do all these things? Well, chasing bubbles increased your speed and got you acclimated to the gravity. And trying to hit Gregory increased your strength because having to lift such a heavy mallet with such gravity. So he goes, okay. So King Kai agrees to train him in the arts that he knows. And he learns, this is where Goku learned the Kaioken, which he can increase his base power, which I discussed in the beginning, and the Spirit Bomb. Now, once Goku has learnt and mastered all these techniques, it has been many days. And Goku knows that he had 11 months to complete his training and get back to Earth. Now, in this time when Goku is training with King Kai, the rest of the Z fighters back on Earth, Gohan, Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien, they're searching for the Dragon Balls to bring Goku back. They finally get the Dragon Balls, wish Goku back, and he's now alive again, but he's now still on King Kai's planet. He must get from King Kai's planet back to the entrance to Otherworld, and back to Earth in less than 2 days. It's 1,000,000 miles along Snake Way. So, let's do a bit of math. Goku has to run 1,000,000 miles. He actually does it in around 24 hours. So, if you do the math, he's roughly traveling at Mach 30, which is comic books. When Goku finally gets back to Earth, the battle is already raging between the Z fighters and the other Saiyans, and they are immensely stronger than the Z fighters, even though Piccolo and Gohan had been training, and Yamcha and Tien and Krillin all trained this whole time. They didn't just sit around and wait because Goku was going to save them. And when he gets there, Yamcha is dead. Chatsu blew himself up trying to kill Nappa, who was one of the Saiyans. Piccolo, in a valiant display, sacrificed himself to save Gohan. And now Kami is dead, which means the Dragon Balls are gone. And Goku just gets there and saves Gohan from a destructive blast from Nappa. The Saiyans are dumbfounded by Goku's arrival, thinking that Raditz had killed him. And seeing everyone dead, Goku just loses it. He goes into a fit of rage. Goku just tells Krillin and Gohan to go get out of here, and gives them 2 Zenzu beans, which are the last. He says, "Here, you take one, give it to Piccolo, and Gohan and Krillin share this one." They do, and they're obviously healed back to mostly their full health because they only had half of one. Goku takes on Nappa, and Vegeta is standing in the background, watching. And all the Saiyans have a scouter, which picks up their power levels of the fighters. Vegeta is watching intently. He sees Goku rage. He's powering up. Nappa is standing there thinking that he's going to defeat him, that he is the second strongest Saiyan in the world. And Goku laughs and says, if it's the 3 of us here, you're now the 3rd strongest Saiyan. And Vegeta's watching, and he sees it go up, and he yells, "It's over 9,000, just like the meme." But Goku quickly defeats Nappa, dodging all of his attacks and eventually breaking his back. Now, the Prince of Saiyans, Vegeta, of whom he is named after the planet, they go at it. It's very, very good. All the fights, every fight previous, and it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. It's always going to be the best fight you've ever seen. This is probably one of the better fights you'll ever see. Whereas they go toe to toe. Goku is trying his best. He has to go to Kaioken 3, which now is 3 times his base level. And if you do the math, 3 times 9,000 is 27,000. So Vegeta tries to destroy the planet, because Goku is now stronger than he is. He tries, and Goku knocks it out with a Kamehameha wave. Now Vegeta, since he is a Saiyan of pure blood and born on the planet Vegeta, he knows that when he sees the moon, he becomes a great ape. So Vegeta has a device on his space pod that he arrived in that will project an image of a moon into the sky anywhere that he is. But Goku sees this and is like, he turned into a great ape. I'm also a Saiyan. Does that mean I turned into the great ape and killed my grandpa? Goku's distraught by this. He asks for forgiveness from his grandfather, and he continues to fight because he has to. He has to save everyone. Goku now uses the two of his newest, strongest attacks, his most powerful that he has. He launches a spirit bomb, which, as I described earlier, takes the energy from all the people around him that he can and gathers it into his body and forms a energy ball, which he releases, and it has immense destructive power. He also has to try and use Kaioken against him, using Kamehameha waves that hire Kaiokens. But Goku is badly beaten and near death, and Vegeta as well at this point. And Krillin attempts to step in and deliver a killing blow against Vegeta, but Goku stops him, because Goku doesn't kill. Goku wants to give him a second chance. Plus, Goku wants to fight him again. With Goku so badly hurt, he needs Senzu beans, but there's none left. He gave the last two to Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin. So Goku has to resort to going to a regular hospital, like a regular human being. With Piccolo and Kami dead, there are no Dragon Balls on Earth, and the team learns that Kami and Piccolo were from a different planet, from the planet Namek, which Vegeta knew that on the planet Namek there are 7 wish balls. Get it? 7 other wish balls, green people that make them. So they decide to go to Namek and gather the 7 Dragon Balls and wish everyone back to life that had been killed by Nappa and Vegeta and Raditz. So they all head out, Vegeta included now. Vegeta has decided that he's not going to work for his master anymore. His master will be revealed shortly. But they go there, and they find out that he's already there. Vegeta's master, his name is Frieza. He's the one who destroyed the planet Vegeta. Killed everyone that Goku knew and loved. His dad, his mom, who we don't know anything about. His dad's name was Bardock. Looked just like him. Stood against Goku. May have been the first Super Saiyan. So, Goku finally comes back to full health after Senzu Bean harvest is made. Goku's in hospital at the time. He's given the Senzu Bean. He takes it back to full health, no more injuries. Goku now has to try and get to the planet Namek. He goes to Dr. Brief, who works for Capsule Corp. Oh, right, Capsule Corp. Yeah, I haven't talked about those yet. Capsule Corp is a company in Goku's universe that makes vehicles out of whatever vehicle you need, and it is encapsulated in a capsule. And when you need it, you just pop the cap, throw it on the ground, and poof, there you have a car, a ship, a tent, whatever. And Goku is on one of the ships that was built by the Capsule Corp, basically modeled after the ship that Goku had arrived there in. And it is fitted with an artificial gravity machine so that you're not floating around in space. But on the journey, this fails. And now the gravity on the ship is 100 times normal. But Goku, being a glutton for punishment, decides to leave it like this so that he can train and get stronger on the way. And he does get stronger. Once on the planet Namek, he again saves his friends, Gohan, Krillin, and now Vegeta, in the nick of time. Almost like he plans it like this. It's just Goku always wants to be the hero of the day. His first opponent, though, he was just a pushover. Goku defeats him with a swift elbow to the stomach, and he's on to the next one. Next, he's attacked by 2 more men, this time members of Frieza's elite Ginyu Force. They are Frieza's ultimate attack dogs, as you would say. Now Goku decides to play with these ones. He decides to leave his attack his normal attack power at a lower number, so that they can't pick him up on the scouters as having any strong attack. And then when he attacks them, raise it to its max and hit them, which only anyone from Earth is able to do. They're able to raise and lower and control their ki. But in the middle of the battle, Goku was attacked by the leader of the Ginyu Force. It's Captain Ginyu. Now, if you have never seen the Dragon Ball series, you don't know who the Ginyu Force are, you need to go on YouTube or wherever you want to go watch a video that may or may not be copyrighted and look up the Ginyu Force. Just type that in. And it's ridiculous. They have a ridiculous intro where they all jump in and say their names and do a dance. It's kind of odd. But back to Captain Ginyu. Captain Ginyu is a sneaky little devil. He has this attack where he can swap bodies with you. So, just before he attacks him, Ginyu injures himself to the point that he's almost dead but not quite yet. And then he changes bodies with you. And now, you're in a weakened state. He has a brand new body. And he disappears. Now, Ginyu is in Goku's body and is able to try and trick his friends. Goku, still being a glutton, he decides that he can't just stay here and die. He has to build up his energy and take off and go and see if he can save him. So he hobbles in flight, because Ginyu can fly, and now Goku can, I think. He hobbles after them and eventually catches up with them. Ginyu decided that he wants to toy with Gohan and Krillin and starts fighting with them. But Goku just arrives as they're about to start fighting, and he mentors them into what they should do. Ginyu decides to try out the power levels though. He starts charging it up, and his other partner is there. I think his name is Barter, and he has his scouter locked onto Ginyu, and he's watching it go up, and eventually he goes, "What's it at? It's at 23,000. Then he keeps watching, and he said, "But it's dropping." You see, Ginyu wasn't able to control Goku's ki and able to channel it in a way that Goku could, since he was never taught how to control his power. Ginyu tries his body. Ginyu now gets attacked. And because he was attacked by a stronger opponent, this time Vegeta, he tries to do the same thing again, but Goku spots it. And as it happens, a poor innocent frog happens to hop by. And as Ginyu charges his attack and just launches it right before it hits Vegeta, he hits the frog right on time. Now Ginyu is trapped in a poor, weak frog. But Ginyu's body is now a frog, and now it's walking around happy as Larry. Now Goku is severely injured after his fight because Vegeta took him on and beat him pretty badly. They take him back to Frieza's ship, and on Frieza's ship there is regeneration pods to help bring back his wounds and save him from dying. And again, Goku finally emerges, and now Frieza has been this whole time going around causing havoc, gathering up the 7 Dragon Balls for himself. Because he wants immortality. Like, who wouldn't want immortality? It's the ultimate thing you can have, I guess, after riches. But if you have immortality, you can gather up all the gold you want over the years, and there you go. Goku finally finds them after emerging from his regeneration in the healing pods, and he fights with Frieza. In the beginning, Goku is actually doing pretty well, but Frieza has a secret. Like every enemy that Goku fights, they all have a little tiny secret. Well, Frieza's secret is that he can transform and increase his power levels. So he increases his power level to his 2nd stage. And Goku isn't doing so well, but he's not doing too bad. So he uses his Kaioken again and increases his power level again. And they fight, and they keep going at it. Now, Frieza realizes that he's not getting anywhere and is losing his energy, and Goku just keeps getting stronger. He goes into his 3rd and final transformation. And Goku's able to keep up with him using Kaioken. And now he realizes that, wait, Frieza, you're not fighting me at your full strength. I know you have more in that tank. And he says, with you beaten the way you are, I think I can take you. So Frieza goes full tilt, lets everything out, and Goku realizes that, maybe I shouldn't have challenged him this time. Maybe this is the one. This is the guy who can actually beat me. And he tries and keeps trying, and Frieza, knowing that eventually he's going to run out of power, decides that he's going to destroy the planet Namek. So he splits the planet in half, and now the planet is starting to crack at its seam, and lava and magma are coming up. Also, if you've seen the original anime from the 90s, you will know that this fight lasts hours. It is probably the reason why most of you never watched it. Now, the reason it lasted so long was because the creator didn't know what he wanted to do with the fight. So he just said, like, just keep fighting. Have them just continue. Fight. But now, back to the story. Goku powers up, so does Frieza. But now Frieza, they just keep going. They keep powering up, they keep fighting. It just keeps going. But Goku still has his two strongest powers that he hasn't used yet, which are the Spirit Bomb and the Kaioken. So he tries it. He tries a super Kamehameha wave at him in his Kaioken form, and nothing. Goku now is decided that he needs to do everything and anything to stop Frieza. He charges a Spirit Bomb using the power of every living creature in the whole solar system this time, and launches it at Frieza. And it's a direct hit. He's gone. He's dead. Now the friends are standing around, and they're laughing and joking and wishing that they can go home now instead of having to wait. And they realize that, oh crap, where's Bulma? Bulma went with them. They don't know where she is. So now they have to find her. And they're still laughing, and Krillin jokes that, wait a minute, maybe Bulma's worse than Frieza. So they're laughing and joking, and Krillin freezes in shock, looking up and into the sky. And then Gohan does the same, and Piccolo. And finally, the penny drops and Goku looks up too. It's Frieza. He's not dead. He's badly damaged, but he's not dead. He launches an attack right at Goku. And Piccolo, valiantly again, jumps in and saves him. Piccolo dies. Now Frieza is mad as hell. He's gone completely off the wire. He says, that was a good hit. It almost worked. But not this time. Gohan and Krillin are told by Goku to get out of here now. That he's the only one that can stand up against him. And Frieza, like a spoiled little child, says, I'm the only one who can tell people when to go. And he targets Krillin this time. And he floats him up into the air and blows him up. Now, seeing this, his two friends getting killed right in front of him sends Goku into a mad rage. He's standing completely still. Just anger. Pure anger. His hair starts to flash. Yellow. Black. The atmosphere around him is being affected by such power that's coming around him. Gravity is being affected. There's pebbles slowly floating up into the air. Flash. Yellow. Black. Goku's changing. He doesn't know what's happening yet. Finally, a flash of energy. Yellow aura comes around Goku. His hair, bright yellow. Eyebrows, bright yellow. He doesn't look like he's hurt anymore. It's all scratched and scraped, but he's not hurt anymore. Eyes are bright green turquoise. Goku has finally become a Super Saiyan. Now, Goku attacks Frieza with such speed and ferocity that Frieza can't even keep up with him. But again, Frieza charges up some more. This is where the fight gets ridiculous. This is where the fight takes forever. They keep charging up and fighting, charging up, more fighting. Eventually, Frieza gets so mad that he charges up some more, but this time all he does is puff out his muscles and he looks like a chicken trying to scare you away. But Goku has to do the same to match the ferocity of the power that Frieza now has. But they keep going. Now the whole planet is engulfed in lightning, fire, magma, lava, everything. Just flames coming right out of the ground. Kind of like Mordor. Kind of like Mustafar in Star Wars. But they keep trying. Gohan has now taken Krillin and Piccolo back to the ship, and they have escaped. And they're safe, but Goku is still there. He's still fighting with him. Frieza gets so mad that he decides to use his Destructo Discs, which are an energy frisbee that Frieza can control with his hands and move around. And previously, Frieza was tricked by Krillin and his tail was chopped off. So Goku decides to try the same trick again. Gets the Destructo Disc to follow him right at Frieza. This time it doesn't work so easily. He tries it again, and this time he tricks him by launching an energy attack right before him. It doesn't work. So Goku has to take him to the sky and start beating him down, and he starts to pummel him and knock some sense into him. But it doesn't work. But one of Frieza's attacks is still in the air. It hasn't come back yet. But it will always come back to its master. Kind of like a boomerang. As Frieza comes up after getting his ass pummeled into the ground, all the sense slapped into him, his Destructo Disc comes and chops him in half, taking his arm with him. It's it. That's it. He's done. He's dead. Goku knows this and says, "That's it. I'm done." And he walks away. But Frieza's not done. He's not dead yet. He's still alive, just not all there anymore. He launches a energy wave at Frieza, at Goku. And Goku turns around with pure anger and rage, launches one final blow, kills Frieza instantly. Now this isn't like Goku. Goku doesn't kill. But I think that the Super Saiyan power is that when he gets it first, he's not able to control it completely. And it's almost like when he turns into a great ape. That Goku's mind is there and he knows what he has to do. But the pure rage and anger of a Saiyan is coursing through his veins. And this won't work for Goku forever. Now, Goku still has to get off the planet. But he can't survive in space. There is an image from the Bardock movie where Bardock is seen in space with all the Saiyans. But I'm not sure if this was before or after this saga. And it's controversial. In my eye, he couldn't survive in space. Frieza could. Goku, no. Goku has to find a way off. He finds Frieza's ship. Gets on the ship, starts bashing buttons as you would. You don't know what's going on, so he starts smashing buttons. Nothing's working. The ship won't start. Goku finds one of the space pods. Gets in. Hits go. Goku is saved. He gets off the planet. But nobody else knows this. All his friends are now back on Earth. Because as they were on the ship, Dende, who is one of the Namekians who went who got saved went back to Earth. And they wished him there with the Namekian Dragon Balls. So they also try and wish Goku back to life because they think he's dead. Dragon says no. Goku isn't dead yet. They say, can you transport him here? Goku says no to this wish. He says, I'm not coming back yet. I'll be back soon. Goku takes the ship and travels to the planet that was in its guidance system. The planet Yardat. Goku stays there and he trains. Then this is where Goku learns one of his new powers. Because Goku always learns new powers. Unlike most superheroes that have a specific set of superpowers in the beginning, Goku's are continually evolving. He always learns something new when a new enemy comes along, and he always will. If he dies a hero's battle. He can be brought back to life. So, this is it for Goku in this saga. There is still 3 more parts that I want to do. But I'm going to release this one. And the next one will be out shortly.